Another exciting week is over. Moderna ripped 100% since our entry, and while the majority is waking up to it, we are already scaling out on signs of absorption. This play and many other plays in today's liquidity report. Let's go. So let's stay on Moderna right here. Look at this, we have beautiful textbook absorption, we have high volume here, big absorption, we get the highs. So we use this opportunity to scale out. We could definitely go higher, but we could also pull back from this and we could go back down here to retest the demand. And I don't want to pay back all of those gains. With those two TPs, I already TP'd 50% at an average of 3R, maybe 4. And the beauty of this is I can now use those gains to reallocate should we retest this area here, or I simply put it into another play. Even though I think we could go higher, I think that's the wisest option as usual. And I put some of those gains in SMG, which is a vertical farming company. Interesting narrative. Accumulates quite for a while already. We have some big volume spikes here into the lows again and again and again. And after a 1,200 days accumulation, it might be time for it to rip higher. We have broken this trend line, we have broken this trend line, and if we pull back a bit more, I try to better my average as usual, but this is where my Moderna profits went into, and also huge potential here. If you look at the higher time frame, huge potential even into the 0.5 of this whole swing. We have 150%. So could be a beautiful play right here. Let's look at the quantum computing sector as well. Many plays don't really move. They are either in accumulation or they're simply like just going sideways for a bit and then rolling over again. So we are back at the entry here for QBT, but I'm patient. This could be accumulation and we rip, or I simply pay a stop loss. And same on Rigetti here. Pretty similar looking structure. Similar looking accumulation or distribution, we will see. And I think next week will be telling with FOMC and everything. Back to the pharma sector, here is Novo Nordisk. Not a lot stuff is going on since our TP here. We took out this high and we closed above. Pullback likely, but not necessary. And here, Intelia, beautiful rip here as well. TP'd quite early on this one already because I don't really trust it. After this like nuke, you should neither. And I'm still in nice gains here. Thinking about if there is a momentum break, thinking about ATP at around 60%, 50% in profits. Illumina just grinding higher, fighting this high here. Let's see if we can take it, because if we can take it, structure is turning bullish, the first time since a very long time. But still, even if it turns bullish, we probably see some kind of pullback. I'm in since here and it's in solid profits. I TP'd once. There's not a lot of information on this chart actually, but you can see all my history of how I treated this play in the Discord, in the free Discord, by the way. Here is CRSP, still around my entry, not looking so nice. It's basically similar to QBT and Rigetti, but if you look at the structure on the daily, first of all, it looks a bit weird, but if you look at it on the weekly, I don't really like those massive wicks here on those two green candles, but we will see. Stop loss is in place. If I pay it, that's totally fine. Yeah, Toyota going sideways here a bit since last week, but overall trend is still intact. And I won't go over all those positions today because some of them didn't really do anything and there's nothing to talk about. We have Circle. I got stopped on the first one, the tight one, which was looking something like that. Stop below the slow. Got stopped here, but I'm still in the wide one and I would love to better my average. And if you look at this locally, I wanted to see a shift in momentum, which we have now. And now the question is, can we hold this? So I will probably wait for Monday or Tuesday. I mean, I have to, obviously, because of the opening times. But in general, we broke this. This is what I wanted to see. It's not a guarantee, but I probably add something here to bring my average a bit down. And it will all depend on what BTC is doing and what crypto is doing. And we talk about this on Monday anyway. And here, Microstrategy also going sideways for quite a while now. We're 60 days going sideways. And this is what we see, what we need on higher time frame accumulations. As said, those things take time. We don't hit their level and just like rip from there. That's not how the market works. That's not how order flow works. Whales and institutions need time to fill their positions. And once it's filled, they can move price to the next area of interest to offload again. Or it's simply just offloading here and then further going down. We will see, time will tell. Stops in place. As said, SPX, we broke the trend line. We broke this low actually as well. I mean, on a daily, it's not so clean, but we broke it and we left this gap and I added tight into this gap. And even, you see, I'm long stocks. So you've seen that I'm long stocks, but I'm also short stocks. And those positions are not always moving together. And you will see if you trade the SPX or the S&P 500 and some of those stocks, we'll see that sometimes this goes up and those stocks go down, and sometimes this goes down and those stocks go up. So based on sometimes even on narratives and in sectors, it's sometimes even inverse correlated, which is nice to trade because then not everything moves at once into one direction like in crypto. So in crypto you have 5 positions, right? And they all move together in one direction usually. And in the stock market, that's not the case. So you trade this index here and it's not doing the same thing as, for example, Rigetti here, which is nice, We also can have a look at silver, which is, it's totally nuts. To be honest, I did not expect that silver is going to 100. I thought like 80, around 80 max, but there is real strong momentum in silver. So if you try, or if you look to short it, don't do it now. Wait for a breakdown, wait for some kind of confirmations. Don't short into momentum. This could be the top, but it doesn't need to be. So I thought it's at 80 and it's like 30% higher. So if you try to short something like this, first of all, always use stop losses risk management. I mean, it should be common sense, right? But also wait for some kind of confirmation because this is real strong momentum. Similar than on gold. I said best case here for my long from down there. Still something left, not a big position. So I said around 5K. Now that we are so close to 5K, I think we smash it, and you will see it all over the headlines. Like gold broke 5K. Big bullish argument to buy gold for retail. We know that's not how it works, but yeah, human psychology works that way. So probably taking 5K in my view very soon. Next week we'll be telling. We can also have a little look at wheat. Wheat is on a comeback here. Let's see if we can take out those highs, change the structure here a little bit. My long, which is executed on this ETF here, was almost stopped. I mean, that's very close to my stop. It was very close, but I didn't got stopped. And so we have a change of character maybe here. And also 2% is a lot for a commodity like this. So let's see if this plays. The main idea for those who don't know, I talked about this a while ago, and also those things take time as usual. We broke this here, we pulled back, we broke it to the low. So those trend lines are not perfect, and I'm not trading solely based on those. The idea was that we are back at this demand, which is a very important support and resistance zone ever since they invented wheat. So if you look here, this, and you see this area, how important it is. And I said, if we come back to this area, if you spend some time down there, and if you start breaking those trends, I will enter long, and that's what I did. And I target this supply basically here at the 0.5, and it could be a very nice return. Slow play, it's not aggressive. I mean, it can be at times, can be really aggressive, but right now it's a very slow play. There's not a lot of things to manage. Just wanted to mention it because it went up 2%. And also here, soybeans, similar idea, supply and demand trade, breakout, TP'd already here, stop loss at break even, came back to this area. And now let's see if this is just a retest or if we continue lower. Time will tell. And a very quick look at crypto here for all the crypto guys. Still in the short, we broke this down. We talked about this on Monday. So this is technically a break of structure into a bearish break of structure locally, very locally, because externally, this thing here should be seen as a range. And according to this, I mean, we broke the 0.5 of this range to the downside, depending on if you want to count the wick or not. We broke it either way, by the way. But yeah, we're just going sideways on higher time frame. I mean, very high time frame, it's a downtrend as mentioned, but in here, we're basically going sideways. We broke this to the upside, we broke this to the downside. This is what crypto loves, but also other asset. Breaking this to the upside, breaking this to the downside, it just creates liquidity on both ends. Crypto is perfect for that, so whales and institutions use it for that. But until we break more structure to the downside, I'm still kind of optimistic for the crypto longs, optimistic for the Doge long, optimistic for the Circle and MicroStrategy long, even though this is technically a bearish break of structure. I'm not that bearish. And also, if you expect some volatility on the weekend, or if you think, oh yeah, when is volatility coming back? Because ever since this dump, we're pretty much going sideways for 4 days already. And I think this will continue until B-Wall 24-hour will go down back to the demand. And for all of those that don't know that, that's a very, very great tool to look at to define your like work days. If you're a trader, it's amazing. It's an amazing tool to say, okay, I probably don't have to pay a lot of attention to crypto because this will probably nuke into Sunday, and this means volatility is going down. And you see, we had increase in volatility. Now volatility is very low, and so this chart comes back. It's always like calculated to the day before. But basically, so to keep it very simple, once we hit the green box, we can expect volatility for crypto. And we might hit it tomorrow, we might hit it on Monday. We will see, but I expect a boring Saturday and probably a boring Sunday for crypto. So not a lot of things to do here. Just wanted to use this moment to show you guys this and to make you aware that you can time your work days according to this, because you know when volatility will come back. And I mean, look at this, it's doing nothing. So basically the whole market, I mean, if you want to trade those crap coins, of course, but majors are pretty much doing nothing here. So why would you spend your time staring at charts? You can't even trade this low volatility chop because the fees will be more than your potential profits if you try to trade this on a very low time frame. So make sure that you understand this and that everything you do makes sense from a monetary and time perspective, and use everything you have to get the best possible signals. All right, guys, I hope you found some value in this video. I will continue skiing as long as the weather is so fine, the snow is so good. I hope you have some fun as well. Enjoy your weekend. Bye, guys.